We are going to analyze Mike Trout's swing. We're going to use this angle that is perpendicular to the chest, and we're going to use this angle that is behind. We're going to specifically look at the separation phase of the swing. The separation phase starts at front foot toe contact and ends whenever the bottom hand and the knob leave the established axis. Separation in the human body is known as hip to shoulder separation. That happens in the swing, but the more important separation is the separation of masses. This establishes two axes of rotation in the swing, one for the body and one for the bat. The reason the separation of the body is different for throwers and hitters lies in the fact that hitters have two hands on a bat and a thrower has a glove hand and a throwing hand. Hitters have two arms holding one object and throwers have two arms holding two different objects. You can see the arms, hands, and bat become their own mass because they move down the line due to gravity acting on them throughout the separation phase. At toe touch and right before they leave the separation phase. All swings have a linear component and a rotational component. Timing and pitch location will determine the time spent in each of these components. The rotational component, generally speaking, ends the separation phase. The green line is marking the pelvis at toe touch. The red line is marking the edge of the pelvis at heel plant. The short distance from the green line to the red line, while Trout is keeping the knob of the bat on the blue line, is creating the last stretch throughout the kinetic chain of the swing. Once the front hip starts to open, it is going to pull the knob off that blue line. Once this rotation starts, the bat is accelerating and the swing has ultimately started. Everything before that is a preparation for the swing. Now let's look at the head and pelvis movement during the separation phase. The green line marks the ear to the belt buckle extended to the ground. You will see that the ear does not leave the green line throughout the whole phase, but the belt buckle continues to move toward the pitcher. This happens because of linear weight transfer. Before the hips open, the front leg accepts the body weight so the back leg can internally rotate to drive the front hip open and release tension, pulling the knob forward. So how does Mike Trout keep his ear on the green line as his belt buckle goes forward and he keeps the knob of the bat on the blue line? If you pay attention to the blue square, you'll see a movement called scapular protraction. Scapular protraction is when the scapula slides forward on the rib cage. Protraction is when the scapula slides forward on the rib cage. This is the last piece of the arm that is connected to the spine. That is why two centers of mass are created during the separation phase. The arm and the bat become separated from the masses that rotate around the spine, your body, giving them the ability to rotate around their own axis and giving them more time for acceleration, resulting in more bat speed. From this angle, you get to see scapular protraction from the back. You can see that the scapula is stretched around the rib cage, allowing for an extension in the hand to stay on that blue line. And then as that front shoulder moves, that hand comes off that blue line. And you can see the scapula stretch as the collarbone starts to move in that frame. The movement sequence it takes to swing a bat is compound in itself. When you add in timing and pitch location and movement of a pitch, it makes the swing that much harder. Understanding these properties allows us to train the swing better and allow it to become reactive and produce more results during an in-game situation. If you learned anything from this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments about anything I talked about, feel free to do so in the comment section or through an email. Thank you for watching.